promised, going to do a walk around on the Camaro. Just tell a little bit about it, what went into it, that type of thing, just so you get a good idea. And there you go. So starting off, it is a 1969, it was originally a base 327 car. Some point, I'm thinking probably in the 80s, they switched it to a Z28 Clone. All the badging's pretty original from what I can tell, so old. It did have the houndstooth interior as a base car, so stuck with that. As far as the exterior on it, it's still all the original body panels. I haven't painted it or gotten into that. There's probably some work down here. At least it was repainted. And then this also has a dent there. I'm going to do that if I ever do paint it, if no one wants to buy it as is. And then there's some work down here. So not sure, if you start getting into that, if there's going to be horrific holes. I don't think so, and I'll get into that a little bit further. Also, the stripes were added after the fact. Terribly done. Looks good from a distance, but you can see there's a gap right here. Or not a gap, but misalignment. And the back is exactly the same on this one right here. But again, I have yet to have anyone say, "Oh my God, your stripes are off." And it looks great from, this is about 10 feet and looks good, shines good. Get into, let me see, did upgrade the front brakes. These are now they're disc brakes in the front. Needed it, and I'll show you why. This is a fairly new, or at least very well rebuilt 350. Headers, chrome valve covers, yay. Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock 4-barrel. Runs strong. Compression tested, had the full tune-up done. Runs real good. Thus the factory drum brakes just weren't going to cut it. Headers all the way back, all new exhaust. Show you that in a bit. Again, master cylinder to go with the new front discs. Rears are still factory, or not factory, but they're still the drum brakes. So they're terrible, but it stops the car. I mean, it's fast. It's not, a screamer. Since I got it, the interior, this car clearly sat for a very long time, and the interior was just a nest, basically. So I did redo everything in the interior, took everything out, sanded all the panels down, Rust-Oleum, Rust-Eased, along with, and then plastic dipped on top of that just for the durability. Sorry, it's a little dark, but should be fine. I did keep the original seat frames, and honestly, I've tried to keep as much original as I possibly could. Could certainly use weather stripping, but no point doing that unless you're going to paint it first, then replace that. Otherwise, you run the risk of hurting it. New steering wheel. This is actually an aftermarket radio, which you can't really see. Give me 1 second and I'll fix that. Since it's a little dark in here, got my trusty flashlight. So this is an aftermarket radio, made to look old school. Believe it or not, all the gauges in here work. The only thing that doesn't is the left turn signal. Show you that in a minute. As far as everything else in here, new kick panels with the 6.5-inch speaker, both sides. Hopefully we can see that. And glove compartment, replaced everything in there. But the light even works. Ashtray, There we go. Redone. Added this yellow. It was all torn up, so sanded it down, added the yellow. The rest of it's pretty factory. Don't know if that's catching, but the lights are on. And again, this turn signal works. There's the radio, USB right here, plus analog for your headphones. Give the stereo a little bit more. Does have 6x9s in the back along with a sub. Show you. All new door panels. Couple things I tried to leave stock. This is factory. Came from the original car. Not original, but original from the car. Chrome strip, I had to get a new one just because I don't know if you've ever dealt with that, but geez, what a nightmare. This is still the original. Show you the trunk real quick. So I do have Alpine S-type sub and Alpine amp. Sounds fantastic. I figured since the interior was out, why not route at least power for them? Rather hear the sound of the engine, but you know, every once in a while. This is all solid. The trunk is completely solid in this car, so nothing to worry about there. Lights. Show you the front while I've got those on. Lights all work. Let me show you the phone signals as well. Whoops. So I need the key for that. Whew. So this will be a left turning signal. Lights up, isn't that pretty? This will be your left turning signal. I didn't show you the front, it does the same thing, sorry. Show that momentarily. And show you that in the front. There's that turning signal. Light's still on. Brights actually work. The switch to brights works. Pretty good stuff. But also the reverse lights work. Bunch of these little things that you don't typically worry about in a resto. Another thing that I really appreciate about this car, you can tell it's solid. Most of these cars, when you open the door, it drops about 1/4 inch. And this one, you see, it comes straight out. Another thing that is also a little rare on these, rear window works just fine. Fronts do as well. This is kind of a pain, but basically didn't fit with the door panel. So I'm going to get that fixed, but that's how it is. But I mean, all the windows work. Not sure what else to show you. Fire it up for you real quick. Fires right up. Oh, windshield wipers don't work. The switch does. Motors are probably bad. Who cares? I'm not taking it out in the rain. Also, all new headliner. New mirror. But again, all new headliner, rear, etc., etc. See if I can't give a couple revs for you. See how good it sounds. So there you go. That's the 69 Camaro. Asking $35 for it. I'm a little flexible on it because it does need paint, but I'm also hesitant to paint it just because how often do you see original body panels on a 69 car? So there you go. I'll get some pictures posted. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns about it. Yeah, so take care. Something else I forgot to show you, horn works. Yay!